I never believed a stranger could destroy my life. I always thought danger came from people you knew. Friends, family, enemies with faces. But I was wrong, because all it took was one message from someone I had never met to bring everything I'd built to the edge of collapse. And the worst part? They were right. It started on a Tuesday night. I was alone in my apartment. The city glowed outside my window, cold, distant, alive. Rain tapped softly against the glass, like it was trying to warn me. My phone buzzed. Unknown number. I almost ignored it. I should have ignored it. But curiosity has a way of pretending it's harmless. I picked up my phone. The message said, "I know what you did last Friday." My chest tightened instantly. Last Friday? That wasn't possible. No one knew. No one was supposed to know. I stared at the screen, hoping it would change, hoping I misread it. I typed back, "Who is this?" 3 dots appeared, then disappeared. Then my phone buzzed again. A photo. My hand started shaking before I even opened it. It was me, sitting in a bar, laughing, leaning too close, doing something I promised myself I would never do. A secret I buried so deep, I convinced myself it didn't exist anymore. My heart was pounding so loudly I could hear it in my ears. I called the number, straight to voicemail. I texted again. "Delete this, please." No reply. That night, I didn't sleep. Every sound outside my apartment felt like footsteps. Every car passing felt like someone watching. Every notification, real or imagined, made my stomach drop. Who was this person? A coworker? A stranger at the bar? Someone who had been waiting? Or worse, someone who knew me. The next morning, my phone buzzed again. I already felt sick before reading it. "Relax, I'm not your enemy." That was worse, because enemies are predictable, strangers aren't. I stared at the message for a long time. Then came the final one. "Meet me tomorrow, or everyone finds out." Time, place, no explanation. I sat on the edge of my bed, staring at the wall. If my family found out. If my partner found out. If my job found out. Everything would collapse. The respect, the trust, the version of myself I worked so hard to protect. I told myself I deserved this fear. But I also told myself I didn't deserve to lose everything. So I agreed. The next day, I stood outside a small cafe downtown. Rain again. Of course it was raining. My reflection stared back at me from the glass door. Tired eyes. Forced calm. My phone buzzed. I'm already inside. I took a deep breath and walked in. I expected a threat. A smirk. Someone hungry for money or control. Instead, I saw a man sitting alone by the window. Mid-40s. Tired eyes. Hands wrapped around a coffee he hadn't touched. He looked up and smiled. Not a cruel smile. A sad one. "You came," he said. I didn't sit. "Why are you doing this?" I asked. My voice didn't sound like my own. He paused, then reached into his jacket. He didn't pull out a weapon. He pulled out his phone and showed me a photo. It wasn't me. It was him. Years ago. Same bar, same lighting, same mistake. "My life ended because of this," he said quietly. He told me everything. How someone exposed him. How his marriage collapsed overnight. How his career vanished in a week. How he sat alone in an empty apartment, wondering if life was even worth continuing. "I found your phone that night," he said. "You left it on the counter." My stomach dropped. "I could have ruined you," he continued, and for a moment, I wanted to. I waited for the demand. money, silence, control, but it never came. Instead, he said, "I didn't message you to threaten you." I looked up. "I messaged you to warn you." He leaned forward. "You still have time if stories like this ever make you pause for even a second and think. This channel is for you." Then he slid his phone across the table. Every photo, every message, deleted. "I wanted you to feel the fear," he said softly, "so you'd understand the cost before it becomes permanent." I couldn't speak. My hands were shaking too hard. Before leaving, he stood up and said one last thing. "Secrets don't destroy lives." He paused. "Waiting too long does." Then he walked out into the rain and disappeared. I never saw him again. But that night, I told the truth. I didn't justify it. I didn't hide behind excuses. I faced the damage I caused, and somehow, it saved my life. I still think about that message sometimes, about how close I came to losing everything, and how a stranger, someone I'll never know, gave me a second chance. If you're carrying a secret, don't wait for fear to teach you the lesson. Tell the truth before someone else does.